Hi everyone, my name is Omkar and the topic of the day is the incidents that happened yesterday, the holy place of Islam in Delhi. Nizamali is the place. The congregation happens every year, but this time when it happened, it was not so good. So far, it's so good, right, for the society. The reason why I would explain you that is the people have the right to profess faith, but not at the cost of the country's image, and most importantly, the health of at any level, nationwide or at international level. It should not be considered in that fashion. But unfortunately, it has happened. 1,700 people, almost 2,000 people, they congregated at this holy place, and the time at which the congregation happened, the enforcement bylaw of this lockdown was not there, but the disease by that time had already spread throughout the country. And let me remind you, the occurrence of that incident, this is not the incident. It has turned out to be an incident in the last 48 hours, but earlier it was a routine congregation for the Islamic section at that place, which as I mentioned, was happening every year, and it was good. But unfortunately, as I mentioned, it has been proven not so good for the health of our society, because the enforcement of this lockdown has already been introduced by the government. Now that when the enforcement took place, the crowd of 1,700 people were all locked in that place nearby. And when I mentioned the place is Nizamuddin. So, and the people from across the globe had come and joined the congregation. It was from Indonesia, Middle East, everywhere, even China. And earlier they were saying that it's a God place, and as I mentioned, people have the right to profess their faith, but as I mentioned, do that not at the cost of health. But this group of people have put their faith before the health, which costed in a bad manner now. And it has been progressing. As I'm talking to you, it is still progressing in a fashion it should not have happened. 1,700 people, to be precise, the number of the people out there, and out of which 900 were asked to go for quarantine. Earlier they denied. Earlier they said that no, the Almighty Allah will take care of everything, right? Because this is the faith with which they give a picture to any thought process of theirs. Like, they think that Almighty will take care of everything. Well, to my understanding, if Almighty would have done everything for us, then there shouldn't have been a need of us to be present here. And they shouldn't have provided these two eyes just a beautiful body, you know, 2 hands and 2 legs, a mind to think, a heart to pulsate, and then, you know, ears, nose, your sense organs and everything. But now that my understanding is, now that we have been provided with this precious thing, it's our karma to work it in a fashion it has to, either to achieve salvation, or if we are materialistic and if we are in a material world, then we should talk with the help of all these organs together for the sake of society, right? We shouldn't be tyrant, we should be torso tyrant, and wherein we should impose ourselves onto others in an inappropriate manner. It should be reciprocative. When I say something, the other should respond in a positive manner. If it's not happening, then we are not using to the optimum level of it. We're not using our senses to the optimum level of it. So my understanding in this as a whole, on the contrary to which these people's thought process is like Almighty is everything, and whatever will happen, whatever had to happen will happen. Well, that is there, that will happen. But knowingly that you know now that what are the steps that need to be taken, you are not taking those steps, and on top of it, you are you know, you are about to create a massive problem that is related to health for others. So it is when you're knowing that something that's done by you is not good, that is a sort of a pseudo crime that you're doing, right? Because you know that what would be the consequence, and you know that you can stop it from happening, but you're not doing it, and you are blaming it all to Almighty that He'll take care of everything. And then when the consequence would be faced by you, even by you or others, then you will say that it's the demand of the Almighty, it was already written in the fate, that's why it is happening. Well, that's not the case. And if believe me, if that would have been there, then we shouldn't have been, you know, the embodiment of art like this shouldn't have occurred onto this precious earth. So their belief system is completely wrong to my understanding. And now I'll give you the finger. I forgot in the middle of the way when I was giving you that figure of 1,700 people, 900 out of that have been quarantined, and you know they have been tested in a suspicious way, out of which 700 have been quarantined, and few of them, and even one person has died out of the disease. But they are saying that it's not the disease that person died of, but it's the shock that he got out of this whole thing, which became the ultimate reason for his death. See, this is the extent of the distortion of these people, and it's totally upon us. I have understood, you also might have understood by now. So it's completely should be set in a way that now that we are living in a society that is almost quietly aware of everything that is happening around us, we should definitely take care of these little things, not in an you know, inappropriate manner, but in a manner that it should transcend to everybody's mind in a smooth manner, right? So that's my perception of letting other know that this is the thing that has happened, and what is the exact way that should have happened, but that has not happened, right? So you should, the ultimate, in a nutshell, my conclusion is we should know the nitty-gritties of the demanding situation, and knowingly we should not commit any mistake at any level. right? So that it may be proven harmful for others, right? We should abide by the rules. We should do what it comes to our mind first, and we should do if not for ourselves, then at least for our family, society, and then the whole nation, and then for the whole world, right? So that's my take on this. That is my take on this incident. I would like to receive your comments, and please do like my video. And in case if you think that there are any shortcomings or pitfalls, do let me also know that and mention that in my comment section, so that I may also improvise on that. And please share my videos too, and subscribe please, and do motivate me to progress further. Thank you.